As Stuart Miller had just mentioned, we have a number of elementary schools in the region. We have 86 in total. And as the slide indicates, about 86, we have 51 that are single track English, that basically are elementary schools that solely have English programming. We have 22 dual track with grade 1 FI programs and up to grade 8. And we have a number of schools that offer dual track, and these are mostly the middle schools that start in grade 5, 6, and 7, and 8 that offer French immersion. And we have 6 single track French immersion schools in the region. So as you can see, we have almost 40% of the region elementary schools that offer French immersion. The issue has been percolating over the last number of years in terms of what's been happening in our school system. As you can see, since 2006-2007 school year, our single English track school has seen an increase in the uptake from SK, senior kindergarten, to grade 1 French immersion by about 6%. The other interesting point is your dual track schools. And what you're seeing is a 10% increase over the last number of years. And what that reflects is that you're seeing more and more students in a dual track school choosing French immersion. So there's a greater proportion of students entering into a dual track school from SK that are entering into the French immersion program. Interesting enough, you can also see that we have some other issues as well, in that the board, and looking at Burlington itself, we've got about 30 elementary schools, of which 13 offer French immersion. And similarly, what's happened in Burlington over the last 10 years is almost a similar representation. We've had an increase from about 16% in 2006-2007 to about 21% in the uptake for single English track schools, and dual track schools has increased from 50 to 61%. So more or less the same percentage increase. What we have this year, we have a wide range of an uptake, where the lowest uptake for French immersion is in John William Boych, where we had a 35% uptake from SK to grade 1. And then we had the highest uptake in Tom Thomson, where we had 82% of the SK students entering from English into the French immersion program of grade 1. So resulting in only 3 English elementary students in grade 1 at that school, which of course causes its own problems. As I mentioned before, we have 22 dual track schools with grade 1 FI, and more or less these schools represent the overall 54% are in the FI program and 42% are in the English program in those 22 dual track schools. As well, in Halton, of those schools, we have a number in those dual track schools, 13 of those schools have less than 40% of the total enrollment in the English program. And only 3 of those dual track schools have enrollment greater than 60% in the English program. The French, it's the inverse for the French program, where you have only 4 schools that have less than 40% enrollment, but we have more than 12 where the French, 60% of the students and more are in the French program. And this more or less kind of expands on the current conditions in terms of those dual track schools. Of the 22 dual track schools, we have 12 that have 15 or less in grade 1 English program, which again causes some issues in terms of programming and moving forward in terms of class orgs. That's it for my quantitative discussion. I'll turn it over to Stuart.